Right, so you've clicked on this video, you're watching this video because you want more discipline. Now, discipline is the ultimate freedom. Discipline equals freedom. Discipline is a radical form of self-love. And without discipline, you can tell so much about someone. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to master the art of discipline and how to increase that and delay instant gratification. Now, a lot of people, when they think of discipline, they think of sacrifice. They think about things they can't do. They think about discomfort. They think about all the things that are not pleasurable, the things that they don't want to do. But discipline is saying yes to something later on and saying no to something right now. Discipline is the delay of instant gratification, and so many people are chasing instant gratification these days. You see it everywhere. You pull out your phone and you get a dopamine hit. You know, you go to the food store, whatever you want, there's food everywhere for instant gratification. You know, you can go on an app and pretty much do anything that you want. For men, you can go on the app and, you know, look at some attractive female if you wish. You can go on Tinder and try and pick up someone or something. You know, there's so much instant gratification out there, and for the ones that can master discipline, for the men who are like the real savages, the one who can just go, this is it, I'm gonna master this world, I'm gonna master this discipline, then they are going to take over the world. And it's not because of they are better than anyone, it's because of the discipline. You know, skill is something that you build. Talent is something that you have naturally, but skill is something that you build, and that comes from discipline and working on things. You literally can do anything you put your mind to with the skills by just being disciplined and disciplined and disciplined. You think about some of the world's best sports players, their discipline is crazy. They might not be the best at what they do. They may not have had the best natural talent. And most of the times they've had to work their way up. They weren't picked early because of, it's just their work ethic, right? Super important. If you're watching this video right now and you're like, this seems like a lot of work, it seems hard, I'm not built like this. Bullshit. That's just a bullshit story you're telling yourself. You've got to train. You can either train or you can play, and there's no in between. Now, we train men like you every single day. Men who want to take their life to the next level. Men who want to recreate themselves. Men who want to step up as the leader of their family, of their businesses, of their communities, of their companies. And so if you resonate with any of this, down below, what you're going to see is a description of this YouTube video. And inside of that, there's going to be a link. Click on that link, enter your name, enter your phone number, enter your email address, and my team will personally reach out to you, showing you the 4 steps and the 4 stages that can help you get to where you want to be. So if you're serious about recreating your life, if you're serious about stepping up into the man that you know that you can be, managing your life, managing everyone else's life because you manage your own, then let's do it. I'd love to see you on the inside. The key to building more discipline is we need to make it more important to us, but we also need to delay instant gratification, which is one of the biggest key factors to this discipline. Now, what we need to do is we need to balance out this equation. We have instant gratification, right? And so we need to find out what are the downsides, what are the drawbacks, what are the negatives, the things that we gonna hurt us and take us away from what we want with instant gratification. So instant gratification, like what are some downsides? Well, one thing, you know, you can spend more money. One thing, it can take you further away from your goals. Another thing is it can put yourself in situations that you don't really want to do. You can fall and suffer from impulse decisions and buying and all those things. So there's just a few. And so we need to really get clear and make a big argument of why instant gratification is not helping us. And then on the other side, we need to come up with a list of all the ways that delaying instant gratification is going to help us. You know, it's going to help us achieve our goals. We're going to be able to build more wealth for ourselves. We're going to have more fit and healthy body. We're going to have a better diet. We're probably going to have better relationships. And we just keep going and listing, and already you can start going, wow, you know, delaying this gratification is so important, and it makes such a big difference. And so we list 30 or more of the downsides to having instant gratification. And we list 30 upsides or more to delaying instant gratification and the effect that it's going to have on your life. And the more that you can do that, the more that you're pushing down that instant gratification, and then the more discipline that's naturally going to be born from this, right? So discipline to me is life. Like, I get up at 4:30 every morning, I jump in the pool, it's cold, I don't like it. You know, the alarm clock's like, feels like it's banging on my head, the pillow's nice and warm, but I get up because I know it's worth it. I know what it's worth on the other side, and it's discipline that gets me up. I get up, I meditate, I go to the gym, I work out, and I walk into that gym and I ground myself in, I'm gonna be the hardest in this gym. Not because it's an ego thing, just because it's like, I wanna outwork anyone. The hard work for me is a setup for my day. And even if if there's not many people there, it doesn't mean that I take it easy. I work as hard as I can. Always do your best, right? And so I'm always doing that. And then I come back and I do all my other bits and pieces. But it's discipline for me that does it. Do I want to get up at that time? No. Do I want to jump in the pool? Fuck no. Do I want to go work out every single day? No, I don't want to work out every single day. Most days, yes, I love going to the gym. I love working out. I love pushing myself. But it doesn't mean that I want to go every morning. Do I want to meditate every morning? Not always. So it's discipline that keeps me going, and the more disciplined I know I can be, the better. Now, if you think about someone, and you can tell a lot about their body, right? Now, this may be a little bit of a judgment, but it's how humans work, right? If we see someone who's fit, who's healthy, who looks after themselves, we instantly go, they must have a good amount of self-control or self-discipline. Whereas if we see someone who's overweight, we naturally think, well, you know, they kind of let themselves go, they're not quite rigid on what they do, they might not work out, you know, they don't look after themselves. Those are the things that are going on inside of our mind. Good or bad, it doesn't matter, that's just what happens, right? And so I want you to think about this concept too. If you were to take off your shirt and have a look at yourself every single mirror, do you look like you look after yourself? That's the big question. Now, if you don't, people are going to be like, well, how can you look after me if you can't even look after yourself? And this is a big thing for me. It's a big driving force for me. It's like, I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be the fittest, the strongest, the most mentally stable, most emotionally intelligent, the most relationship intelligent that I can be. Because I know that if I can do that, people then will know that I can help them. And I can manage my own life, which means I can help manage them, right? And so if you think about like the people in your career, if you work or in your business, you know, look up to the person above you, and it's like the manager. If they don't look like they can manage their life, how can they manage you? Think about that for a second. Now, I get it that the physical is just one aspect, but I can tell you now that if we can't control what's going on into our mouth, then we're not going to be really going to be able to control other things too, okay? So remember that. And if that was a bit of a kick up the ass, good, because sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need to be pushed, being like, you know, well, if I want to look after people, I want to be able to manage people, but I can't even manage my own health. I can't manage what I put in my mouth. Well, maybe that's where we need to start. And it starts with discipline. It starts with delaying the instant gratification, and it starts with making those things more important to us. And so why do you want to do those things? One of the best tools that I've ever come across is the 7 layers below tool. And so we just go 7 layers down. We might go, you know, why is building discipline important to me? Okay, well, building discipline gives me freedom. It allows me to achieve my goals. It allows me to stay on track. It allows me to wake up every morning and know where I'm going. Why is all that important to me? And then so we go all those, and it's the next level down. Why is that important to me? And so we keep going down. We keep going, why is that important? Why is that important? Why is that important? And after 5 to 7 layers, we get right down the bottom, and we get such a deep reason of why that discipline is important to us. And then bingo, we've got a deeper why. When the why is big enough, the hows figure themselves out, and we just find ourselves starting to do it for no reason, just because we can, just because we see the why internally, unconsciously, right? So the more that you can make things more important to you, you're naturally going to do them. So then when it comes back to the things that you maybe don't have discipline on, why are they important to you doing those things? If someone says that you should do this, or you're saying I should do this, then that means it's someone else's value that you think you should do that, but it's not necessarily the case. So as soon as we say we ought to, we should, I must, then generally it's someone else's value system that we're trying to fit into. But if you feel like you need to do that, or that should be something that you're doing, again, go through this tool. Why is that important to me? 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 And you keep going down. And then you get this list of all these things of why they're important to you, and you're naturally just going to start doing them more, okay? Now, the final thing is we need to lead into the discomfort, because doing the easy things makes our life hard. Trying to avoid discomfort actually makes us more uncomfortable. I know it sounds strange, but the more that we lean into the uncomfort, the more we put ourselves in situations that are uncomfortable, we grow, we evolve, we get better. And so when that happens, we then are going to the next level, and this level where these problems and challenges were, we've already exceeded them and we won't get them. You will keep getting the same problems in the same form until you learn the lesson you need to get over that. And most people, they keep getting the same problems, maybe just in a different form, maybe just in some other different area, because they're not aware of it and they haven't been able to dive into the discomfort, okay? So here's your action steps. First, we need to delay instant gratification. Go through and list all of the ways, 30 plus ways of how instant gratification is a downside, a drawback, and negative. It's hindering you from getting you where you want to go. Then we have to get 30 plus upsides to delaying instant gratification, how it's helping you, how it's serving you, the positives, the benefits, the upsides to delaying instant gratification. So that's step number one. Step number two is finding out why things are important to you. Why do you actually want to do the things that you do? Why is discipline important to you? And we use the 7 layers below tool on all of these different bits and pieces. All of the things that you feel like you need to do. Maybe you get to go and work out more. Maybe you feel like you're lacking discipline in that area, in the physical health or putting food in your mouth or whatever it might be. Okay, so why is that important? Why is that important? Why is that important? Why is that important? And you keep going down that list. And then the last thing is to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Seek the uncomfort. Whatever it might be, ask yourself, what can I do today that's uncomfortable? Meet someone new. Do something that you know that you've been avoiding. I heard a really amazing quote one day, I can't remember who it's from, and they said, the secret to the success or your results is in the work that you're avoiding. Think about that for a second. So don't avoid that anymore. Go into it. It's like if you have this problem here and you keep trying to avoid it, you're going to be running around the whole time, knowing that it's there, but you're never going to work through it. But if you just lean into it, just go straight into it, it's going to not seem like it's much, but you're going to get so much better from it. And it's so many people avoid the discomfort. They may, grab some food or grab a drink or, put on Netflix. And, don't get me wrong, if that's what you do, no judgments, I'm not saying that. But if you do it in a form that you're escaping something, that you're just trying to relax or get away from something or forget about anything, maybe there's some better ways to deal with that, And of course, sometimes we all just want to chill out from time to time, right? And we just want to switch off and do things. Cool. But if it becomes a coping mechanism, then that's when it's not so great, okay? And so lean into the discomfort if you need to. So enjoy this video. If you need anything, if you have any questions, let us know. Discipline is the ultimate form of freedom. The more disciplined you are, the more free you are. It might sound strange, but I tell you now, the person you will become by leaning into the discipline and building that discipline will far outweigh any expectations that you have on yourself. You'll far exceed anything that you can do in this world by just building discipline. It's one of the most important things I believe that you can do. And so lean into it. Do these action steps because they're important. I know it's work. I know, people just want to watch a video and magically all of a sudden they have more discipline, but that's not going to happen. You can't just watch a video and expect everything to change. You have to actually do the work. When you do the work works. And it's proven time and time again. The men in our programs, they say that. They go, we do the work. I'd say all these things. I give them so much and it's up to them. But when they do it, it works, right? So when you do the work works, and it starts with discipline and delaying instant gratification. So let me know what your thoughts on this are, what your key takeaway was. I'd love to hear, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you like this, do us a favor and share it to someone who may benefit from this. and like and subscribe and comment so we can answer any questions that you have. But I look forward to seeing you on the next video. It's always a pleasure doing these for you. I hope that you get lots of value out of it, and I'll see you in the next video. You made it to the end of the video and you are one of the top 1%ers who get to this point. Now, if you're sick and tired of not growing to the level that you want, if you're sick and tired of being the same spot that you were 12 months ago, if you're like, you know what, I've got so much more to offer, but I don't really know how to get there, then if that is you, down below, book in your call with one of my team. Just enter your phone, enter your email, and enter your number. And hey, look, we can't reach you if you enter details that are wrong. So enter your right details. We'll be able to reach out to you. We'll show you the 4 stages that we take men through that's going to completely rip you out of your current situation and push you in a new direction that where you want to go. I will push you as hard as I can to get that outcome for you, because I know how much the life is good on the other side of it when we get out of the shit, when we get onto where we want to go. So click the button and I'll see you on the other side.